So this week, we got a Packers versus Cowboys playoff matchup. The matchup I was hoping for before the Packers game last week against Chicago Bears. I know the Cowboys, they're favored. They're favored by maybe 7.5 points I saw most recently. They have one of the best offenses, or the best offense in the NFL, number one scoring offense. And I think most people expect the Cowboys to win this game. But I just have this feeling inside of me that this is a Packers young, hungry team that no one expected to make the playoffs. Honestly, this Packers team feels like they have nothing to lose. No one expected Jordan Love to be as good as he was in his first season. He's done that. Last 8 games, 18 touchdowns to only 1 interception. And while on the one hand, you have this Cowboys team that came to the season with massive expectations. And we've seen the Cowboys year after year after year in the regular season. They find success. Everyone thinks, okay, maybe this is finally the Cowboys' year to make it all the way, to go to a Super Bowl, to potentially win a Super Bowl. And that's the same thing this year. And so the expectations are sky high for the Cowboys. The pressure is all on the Cowboys. And the Packers, on the other hand, have no pressure. No one thought they'd be here. And this Packers team, I think, has a chance to go into AT&T Stadium and knock off the Cowboys and pull off an upset in the first week of the playoffs. And when we do look at the Cowboys, they have been incredible at home. 8-0 at home, average win margin about 21.5 points. And so my biggest concern in this game, the area where I'm really curious about is, can this Packers defense in any way somehow hold Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and this Cowboys offense that has been very good, especially at home, in check? Because so far this season, the Packers defense has been inconsistent. One of the worst running defenses in the NFL, 28th in the league. They have been a lot better the past 3 games. I think 2nd in the league when it comes to rush yards allowed per game the past 3 games. But they've been inconsistent. They had a good game against Mahomes, who only had 210 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. But then they allow DeVito to run all over him. They allow Baker Mayfield to have a career day passing the ball. They allow Bryce Young to have his best day of his career in his first season against his Packers secondary. And so there's just been some good moments from this Packers defense and some really bad moments. The past 2 weeks, Packers defense has played really well, but it has been against lower tier offenses. Justin Fields, a Vikings team led by rookie quarterback Jaren Hall. And so I do just wonder if there's any way this Packers defense can somehow, keep Dak Prescott in this offense in check enough to allow Jordan Love to do what he's done the past 8 or so weeks, which is pretty much ball out, put up tons of points. And while maybe early in the season, if you would have thought about this game, you'd think, well, how is if the Cowboys put up 30, can the Packers match that? Now I honestly think they can. And I think that one of the biggest factors in this game is going to be CeeDee Lamb. 1,749 yards, 12 touchdowns. Luckily, Jair Alexander is back. He is healthy. He has returned from his 1-game suspension, and he played well this past game against the Chicago Bears. I do wonder how Jair is going to be utilized in this one because, for example, against Justin Jefferson, I think it was last year, early in the season, he wasn't following Justin Jefferson. He was sort of just Barry's defense. Joe Barry was sort of sitting back wherever Jefferson went. Whichever corner was on that side, he allowed him to cover him. Later in the season last year, Jair did get the opportunity to more so follow Justin Jefferson around the field. And I do wonder, in a game like this, could Joe Barry allow Jair to follow CeeDee Lamb? The Packers do like to play a lot of zone defense, which in the past, Barry has said that you can't always just allow a guy to follow someone else because of the different assignments. But in a game like this, where you have a guy like CeeDee Lamb who is so talented, I think that if Jair is fully healthy, you think he can match up well with CeeDee, maybe you allow him to follow him lots of the day. We'll see if that happens. But I think the one way the Packers defense is able to somewhat keep this Cowboys offense in check is to get consistent pressure, which is something the Packers have done very well the past few weeks. The past 3 games, the Packers have the 3rd most sacks in the NFL at 3.7 sacks per game. Preston Smith has played really well. Kenny Clark, Rashawn Gary, even some rookies like Carl Brooks, Colby Wooden, Lucas Van Ness have played well. And so you gotta get Dak Prescott off of his rhythm. Don't allow him to sit back there all day long with all the time in the world. And this is a Cowboys offense, 12th fewest sacks allowed per game, 14th graded PFF pass blocking O-line in the NFL. So they're not one of the best, but they're still up there, probably top 3rd in the NFL. But I do expect the Packers to be able to get some pressure on Dak. And if they want to win this game, I think you're going to need to throw him off his game, hope that he has a game where he throws some interceptions, maybe looks more so like himself as he did last year. The Cowboys running game has been somewhat okay this year. They're a 14th best rushing offense in the NFL. And I would expect them to see the Packers' weakness at running the ball or at stopping the run and try to take advantage of that. And now if we move to the other side of the field, we got Jordan Love playing as one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL the past 8 games. As I said, 18 touchdowns to only 1 interception. But I think the biggest factor in this one is going to be Aaron Jones, because when you look at this Cowboys defense and the area where they have struggled this year, when they have lost some games, it's been stopping the run. When they lost to the 49ers 42-10 early in the season, the 49ers ran the ball for 170 yards. Against the Cardinals, when they lost that game, the Cardinals ran for 222 yards. Against the Bills a few weeks back, the Bills ran for 266 yards. So we've seen the formula for beating this Cowboys defense, and it's to get the run going and just run on the Cowboys all day long. And considering Aaron Jones has come back healthy, past 3 games, 111 yards, 120 yards, 127 yards rushing. And important thing to note, in Aaron Jones' 3 games versus the Cowboys in his career, 125 yards, 107 yards, 138 yards. And the last time Aaron Jones faced off against the Cowboys at AT&T Stadium, he had 138 yards and 4 rushing touchdowns. So I expect the Packers to feed Aaron Jones, to feed him early, to try to open up the game in that way. And then the Packers, as they typically do, can run the play action pass off of that and allow Jordan Love to do what he's done pretty much consistently for the past 8 weeks, which is just pick apart opposing defenses. It hasn't mattered who's been healthy. It hasn't mattered if Christian Watson is down, if Romeo Doubs is down, if Jaden Reed is down. He's been able to play very well, and we've seen just how good this young Packers pass-catching unit is. Even with Christian Watson potentially not playing this week, the Packers should be able, I think, to move the ball on this Cowboys defense. That is a very good defense. 5th best scoring defense in the NFL, 5th best pass defense, 16th best rush defense, which is their one weakness if you would look at any of their potential weaknesses. And one other matchup to watch in this game is Packers O-line versus the Cowboys pass rush. Of course, mainly Micah Parsons. So far this year, the Packers have had a very, very good pass blocking O-line. 3rd fewest sacks allowed in the NFL. PFF's 2nd highest graded pass blocking unit in the NFL. So I do think the Packers should be able to keep Jordan Love pretty clean in the pocket for a majority of the game. But with the talent the Cowboys do have rushing the passer, especially Micah Parsons, I wouldn't be shocked to see some pressures there on Jordan Love, maybe a few sacks because of just how good this Cowboys defense really is. And so my prediction for this game is going to be Packers win. I really just have this feeling inside of me. This is a young Packers team that is hungry, that is ready to go and do the unthinkable. No one thought they'd make it here, and I think they're going to come out with the victory. That's my opinion. I'm going to say Packers win this game 27-24. I think it's going to be close lots of the game, but I do think in the end, the Packers find a way to win this game. So let me know your score prediction down in the comment section down below. Follow me on Instagram, LukeBeller3, if you want some to see my stories at the game on Sunday. I will be wearing my Jordan Love jersey representing Green Bay and Dallas. So it should be a fun one. We'll see how it goes. If you want more Packers content, feel free to subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys next time.